I have always thought our universe is expanding. How do I explain an expanding universe in relationship to God? And thank you, and that's from James.
Well, James, I mean, there's a good physics question coming. And yes, the universe is expanding. And as a matter of fact, it's accelerating in its expansion. And the best way of thinking about that in relation to God is think of it as God is thinking it bigger, right? In other words, right, God, is this unrestricted act of thinking, an unrestricted act of loving. And in this unrestricted act of thinking and loving, God can conceive of anything, right, which is temporal, anything which is spatial, right? And of course, he can think of me, but he can think of the whole universe at the same time. And of course, he can just keep thinking it bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so for all intents and purposes, it's not going to delimit him if he thinks of a thought which is temporal or spatial, any more than me thinking of a balloon expanding in my mind right now turns me into a balloon, right? For all intents and purposes, I mean, I'm basically still me thinking, and the balloon is just the thought I'm thinking about. And of course, it's the same thing with God.
Right. Interesting. I hadn't quite thought about that with the idea of that thought and a balloon. But I'll think some more about that, and we'll talk about that next week.